Because
I
now
love
my
her.
hair's kind of thick anyway, and then it's kind of like when it gets so heavy, it just goes straight. It doesn't matter what you do to it. So. And it needs.
I do love her. And she's
at
just as
Solutions.
nice as can be. That is.
Yes.
That is her.
Okay.
That's like a pretty. They have a little one now.
I said in the new bag.
I'm not going to.
I said, don't
Yeah,
forget.
I've seen her before
I said,
somewhere.
John, and probably TJ and all
You got ready for Christmas break.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was quick. Yes. Yeah. I'm ready for Christmas break.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Hopefully I remember that.
Yeah, that's really fine.
Tomorrow morning.
Just text him. Just text him.
I don't even know where that place is.
It's, easiest way to get it.
Couple familiar faces.
Street, hang a left on Lincoln. It's right there on the corner of Lincoln, south of Fountain. You know where Espanol Drive is? I think it's right there.
Right there where we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. You can't miss it.
I'm glad.
I need to because I
Went through a
thought, oh wow.
concrete truck. and
Did you put a kibosh on everything, Jessica?
Did you put a kibosh on it?
So don't really want to.
We cut that piece too.
I was coming south of
Fire.
whoever in the SUV.
It is.
I saw all the lights.
That's the one that was here last week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Got the turn lane. Fire truck went out. Went across that line. Semi pulled. The sheriff.
I like your positivity.
Is Daddy out the only one who's happy birthday?
That does happen. We're ready to go.
I think we're ready. Do you have them
We did, the minutes.
for the,
Okay, I would like to call this December 14th, 2021 Planning Commission meeting to order. I ask that you turn off your cell phones or any other devices. Anyone wanting to address the board, please come to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. The first thing on the agenda is approval of minutes from November the 2nd.
Move to approve.
second?
Any questions, comments, or concerns on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of the minutes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The minutes are approved, Director Schlein.
Mr. President, before we get into the agenda, there is one item that has been removed from the agenda. Pardon me, it's item number 9, case P29-Z-21. They asked for a special exception at the BZA meeting last week, and it was denied, so we pulled the rezoning from the agenda. So the first case we'll hear tonight, Mr. President, is case P26-Z-21, petition of Phoenixville Associates LP, requesting the Kokomo City Planning Commission petition and recommend to the Kokomo Common Council for a change in zone classification from C2 medium to large scale general commercial in the HOCOL Health Office Center overlay to C2 medium to large scale general commercial in the CCOL Community Center overlay for property at 515 East Southway Boulevard.
Have a motion, please.
Move to approve. Okay.
Second. Is there someone here to represent this case? Please step forward.
Hello, Council. Kyle Flaming, and my address is 15678 Stonebridge Drive, Frisco, Texas. And I'm here to represent both your cases, number 2 and number 3 on the agenda items. This is for Take 5 Car Wash and a Take 5 fueling facility, or not fueling, but just oil change facility. And it's going to be demoing the existing building that's there, and then the interior part will be rebuilt to hold these two establishments.
Any questions from the board before we have staff report? Director Schlein, please.
Yeah, and just a reminder to the board, in case you didn't quite get all that large language in the, all we're doing tonight is rezoning the overlay zoning. The base zoning is fine. We're just rezoning the overlay zoning for a car wash. So staff report for case P26-Z-21, Phoenixville Associates LP is requested a change in zone classification for the address listed above. This location will be utilized as a car wash and oil change. This parcel is currently located within the Health Office Center overlay, in which desired use is not listed as a permitted use. Therefore, the owner is requesting that the overlay in that area be rezoned to community center overlay. A special exception would also be required for the use. The adjoining property uses to the north, C2 and C2 medium to large scale general commercial and IS institutional. To the south, C2 and to the east, C2 and IS institutional use, and to the west, C2. According to the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map, the property shown above is located in an area proposed for institutional government. This area is commonly associated with government operations and facilities. This category also includes uses commonly associated with institutions. Example of institutional and government uses included but are limited to city halls, libraries, school, courts, places of worship, and colleges. Under land use goals to encourage orderly and responsible development to promote health, safety, and quality of life of residents in the city of Kokomo, while maintaining Kokomo as a leading community for affordable housing. Relevant land use objectives are to encourage adequate land for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. Designate specific districts in the community suitable for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. The goal of the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Transportation Map is to enhance connections throughout the city for improved safety, function, and efficiency for all modes of transportation, including vehicular, bicycle, and pedestrian networks. According to the transportation map, this area of East Southway Boulevard is defined as a major collector. This is a street designed to facilitate the collection of traffic from local streets. Also, it provides circulation within neighborhood areas and convenient ways to reach arterial streets. The traffic count for this area of East Southway Boulevard is 4,017 cars per day. The staff requests that the board forward a favorable recommendation to the Kokomo Common Council.
Any questions from the board now that we've had staff report? Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P26Z21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. It now goes to City Council. Director Sheila.
Next case tonight, Mr. President, is case P10-A-21. This petition of JM Civil Engineering requesting development plan approval for Take 5 car wash and express oil change. Again, this is at 515 East Southway Boulevard.
I have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Someone here to represent this case?
Yes, again, Kyle Flaming at 15678 Stonebridge Drive, Frisco, Texas.
I wouldn't have to be all good on all that.
I've got a couple of questions on plat committee that we talked about. Vacating the IVCA, was that accomplished?
It has
or-
not been accomplished, it's in the works, and it is on this plan to be abandoned.
To be
So
abandoned.
It is
Okay.
noted on this set of plans, but it is in the process, working with survey to get it
Sure.
removed.
Okay. The second thing is no sidewalk. Were you proposing to do a impact fee?
Yes, and I think you had mentioned
I
that
would
you were
give
gonna
you a
give us
price.
a price for that.
Okay. So what I would probably request is to amend the motion to make any approval subject to the vacating of the IVCA and payment of the impact fee, if that's,
That's
Okay.
fine.
Who made the original motion?
Chuck did.
We got it.
I'm not sure who.
Who seconded?
Second.
We got it?
Second.
Any other questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P10A21, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion is approved.
Next case tonight, Mr. President, is case P13-P-21, petition of Trip Engineering LLC requesting Kokomo City Plan Commission petition approval of the primary and final plat for Hope Behavioral Commercial Edition. This is at 3060 South Dixon Road.
I need a motion, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Is there someone here to present this case? Please step forward.
Tori Tripp, Tripp Engineering, 401 South Second Street, Converse.
Brief summary.
It's development of this 3 acres of this parcel for a new building. It's 13,000 square feet, parking, and this is, for, I think the first one is for the plat.
Yes, correct.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? All plat was taken care of?
Yes.
Hearing no question, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P13P21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Next case, Mr. President, is case P08-A-21, petition of Trip Engineering LLC requesting development plan approval for Hope Behavioral Services. Again, this is at 3060 South Dixon Road.
Move to approve.
Second.
Someone here to represent this case?
Tori Tripp, Tripp Engineering and Consulting, 401 South Second Street, Converse. And then this is for the development, the building and the parking and
Right.
drive.
John, did you review the drawings?
Yeah, everything was in order from what we discussed at plat. So,
Any questions from the audience? Any questions from the board? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P0A21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is approved. Director Shoemaker.
This case tonight is case P30-Z-21, petition of Green Bush 64 LLC requesting the Kokomo City Plan Commission petition to recommend the Kokomo Common Council for a change in zone classification from R3 medium density and AR agricultural to R3 medium density residential for property 6009 Arrowhead Boulevard.
Move to approve.
Someone here to present this case, please step forward.
Hello, I'm Sharice Goodnight with Remax Realty 1801 South Elizabeth is my address. And we are requesting the rezoning of this to R3 to build single-family homes.
Any questions from the board?
How many?
Three or four.
3 or 4. We're still working on the logistics of how many homes they could get on that lot.
Any other questions from the board? Staff report.
Staff report for case P30-C-21. Sharice Goodnight of Remax Realty 1 on behalf of Green Bush 64 LLC is requesting a change in zone classification for the address parcel listed above. This location will be utilized for single-family homes. Joining property uses and zonings are to the north R3, to the south AR agricultural or residential and IS institutional use, to the east R3 and AR, and to the west R3 and AR. R3 is a compatible base zone to the existing adjacent zoning districts. According to the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map, the property shown above is located in an area designated for medium-density residential. This is an area designed for single-family housing of various types, between 3 to 6 dwelling units per acre. Typical medium-density housing would be single-family detached duplexes, triplexes, condominiums, townhomes, and cluster housing. Land use goals to encourage orderly and responsible development to promote health, safety, and quality of life for residents in the City of Kokomo, while maintaining Kokomo as a leading community for affordable housing. Relevant land use objectives are to encourage adequate land for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. Designate specific districts in the community suitable for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. The goal of the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Transportation Map is to enhance connections throughout the city for improved safety, function, and efficiency for all modes of transportation, including vehicular, bicycle, and pedestrian networks. According to the transportation map, the area of Council Ring Boulevard and East 400 South is defined as a minor arterial. This is a street designated to collect and distribute traffic to and from collectors and primary arterial streets. The closest traffic count for this area of East 400 South is 13,907 cars per day, just north of State Road 26. The requested zoning change is compatible with all adjoining base zonings, therefore the staff desires that the board forward a favorable recommendation to the Kokomo Common Council.
Any questions from the board now that we've had staff report? Any questions from the audience? Please step forward.
Hello, my name is Jesse Myers. I live at 236 East 400 South, which is directly west of this property on Highway 26. I was looking at the Howard County Beacon for the map, and it shows that roughly the front third of the property towards 26 is in the firm or the floodplain.
That's correct. They're not
And-
building in that.
Okay, and that, so my concern as the neighbor next door is that our flooded portion of our front yard would change as well. So that is not going to be a problem. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. Just getting
I
clarification.
understand completely.
And I was looking online at the flood hazard areas ordinance for the city of Kokomo, and it looks like it's numbered 5959, and it was dated of 2008. Is that the most recent flood hazard areas ordinance for the city of Kokomo?
Correct.
Okay,
Now, I will state that the state and the federal government has updated that. They have a new, it's called best available floodplain area. So that has been updated.
okay. So,
That's what's showing on the beacon. If you pulled that up on Beacon.
Yes.
That's what's showing.
okay, so it does show the firm layer?
Correct.
And I
Yes, sir.
looked at that. So this ordinance 5959 is the most current for the city of
For
Kokomo?
the city of Kokomo, correct.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from the audience? Any questions from the board? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P30Z21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. It now goes to the city council. Director Shalano.
The next case, Mr. President, is case P12-A-21, petition of Bharat Patel, Kokomo Lodging Associates LLC, requested development plan approval for Home 2 Suites by Hilton. This is property at 5126 Clinton Drive.
Move to approve.
Is someone here to present this case?
Good evening, Commission. My name is Ryan Rediger. I'm with Steppenworth and Associates, the civil engineer at 7965 East 106th Street in Fishers, Indiana. I'm here on behalf of Kokomo Lodging Associates, as Greg stated, for the Home 2 Suites by Hilton, located at lots 15 and 26 at 5126 Clinton Drive. This development will include a 4-story hotel on lot 25, as well as the redevelopment of the existing parking lot on lot 16 on the west side. We've gone through with Greg and the rest of the City of Kokomo staff through the Plat Committee meeting a couple weeks ago and have made our revisions per those comments, and that's what's been presented to you tonight. I would just lastly state that this is going to also include the demolition of the last saloon and that redevelopment of that property. So I leave it up to you guys if you guys have any questions or comments.
Questions from the board?
The only question I still have is the sidewalk easement. Are you gonna record a separate document?
Correct. We're going to go and apply for a sidewalk easement as well. So because of the alignment of Cartwright Drive, the sidewalk that we will be supplying will be supplied on our property, and we'll have to get a sidewalk easement for that, and we'll be applying for that through the BZA.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P12A21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I would just like to make a statement here real quick. We have a large agenda tonight, and it's going pretty quick, and every time that happens, I always get calls the next day that the Plan Commission Board rubber stamps cases. And I want everyone to know that is absolutely the furthest thing from the truth. We have never rubber stamped a case since I've been here. We have plat meetings before the public hearing. We have it with my staff in the office, with Mr. Pike from City Engineering. We get with our city attorney if there's any legal issues. It's something that we go through on each and every case to make sure that everything is taken care of. And our goal is to have all the problems solved before we get to the public hearing tonight, so we're not sitting here for several hours hashing out these issues. So that's not always the case. That can't always happen, but that's our goal. So I just want everybody to know that this board does not rubber stamp. We go through several meetings and a lot of emails and phone calls on most cases. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I agree.
Next case, Mr. President, is case P11-A-21, petition of Sam Chandra, High Point Lodging, requesting development plan approval for Fairfield Inn in Kokomo, and this is at 5148 Cartwright Drive.
Can I please have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Yes.
Wyatt Johnson, 555 Market Road, Tipton. This is also a four-story hotel. It's a Fairfield Inn. It's south from the previous case and on the east side of Cartwright instead of the west side. We had a couple of minor issues at the Plat Committee meeting. We talked to the fire department about the location of fire hydrants, and we've revised the plan to take care of that. And there was something else. We moved the trash pad and the shed away from Cartwright Drive, so it wasn't going to be very visible, or it wasn't going to be extremely visible as the original plan was from Cartwright Drive. Everything else, I think, was okay at that meeting, so it's ready for approval.
Any questions from the board?
He's taking care of everything we talked about at plat, so.
Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of case P11A21, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Motion is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wyatt.
As was previously stated, our next case, case P29-C-21, has been removed from the agenda, so that will not be heard tonight. So our last case tonight is case P27-C-21, petition of Harold Harvey requesting the Kokomo City Plan Commission petition and recommend the Kokomo Common Council for a change in zone classification from C2 medium to large scale general commercial to M2 general multifamily residential. This is at 400 South State Road 26 and 200 West, which is Dixon Road.
Move to approve.
Second.
Is there someone here to present this case?
Mr. President, Commission, thanks for having me. Tim Hawkins, 450 East 96th Street, Indianapolis. This is a rezone petition for an empty lot that is currently a C2 zone to an M2 zone for multifamily, specifically duplex condos, so 8 buildings of 16 units total. Happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
What's the square footage of what the buildings you want to?
Yeah, so there'll be anywhere from They're not much different, the two different models. The total living is anywhere between 2030 and 2050.
Any questions from the board?
You said there's 8 buildings,
Yes, 8 buildings with 2 units apiece.
and there are the duplexes with 2 families on each side?
So you'll have a 2-story, which is single family, and a 2-story, which is single family.
Any other questions from the board?
Do they all include parking not on the street?
Yeah, they'll all, the bottom floor, the first floor will have a 2-car garage on each unit. Plus a driveway, yes.
Any other questions before we have staff report? Director Schilling?
Let me finish my note here real quick. Okay. Staff report for case P27-C-21. Harold Harvey is requesting to change the zone classification for the address parcel listed above. This location will be utilized as duplex condominiums. Adjoining property uses and zonings to the north, MR multifamily, to the south, MR1 very low density residential, to the east, MR multifamily and R1, and to the west, C2 medium to large scale general commercial. According to the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map, the property shown above is located in an area proposed for low density residential. This is an area proposed for single family housing below a density of 3 units per acre. Typical low-density housing would be single-family detached homes. Land use goals encourage orderly and responsible development to promote health, safety, and quality of life of residents in the City of Kokomo while maintaining Kokomo as a leading community for affordable housing. Relevant land use objectives are to encourage adequate land for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. Designate specific districts in the community suitable for residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, and recreational uses. The goal of the City of Kokomo Comprehensive Plan Transportation Map is to enhance connections throughout the city for improved safety, function, and efficiency for all modes of transportation, including vehicular, bicycle, and pedestrian networks. According to the transportation map, the area of South 200 West is defined as a minor collector. This is a street designed to facilitate the collection of traffic from local streets. Also, it provides circulation within neighborhood areas and convenient ways to reach arterial streets.